Cheers, friends! Welcome to Universal Studios. We're here for their Halloween Horror Nights event. So Gina will not be joining us on this adventure. She was very brave last year and she gave it a try and decided it's just not her thing. And I don't blame her. I was very proud of her last year for giving it a try and making that effort. Halloween Horror Night is a separate ticketed event. It is not included in your normal day pass or with your season pass. So I didn't have to buy a ticket specifically for this event. And in addition to that, for an extra $40, you're able to get in at 3 o'clock. So about 3 hours before it starts. They are closing the park at 5 o'clock for regular guests. So just something to be aware of when you're coming in the fall to Universal Studios Orlando or Hollywood, that they have these special evening events and you might want to check the times that the parks are open. Halloween Horror Nights is like one of the premier Halloween events at the theme parks. It's Universal Studios. They have access to all kinds of IPs and props from studios and TV shows. So it's no wonder that they do it up really well here. Now the lines are going to be super long. They do offer something called an Express Pass, but to buy it ahead of time was $200 in addition to the price of the ticket. Now the price to get in does vary depending on which day you're coming, so you have to check out their online calendar to find out. And while I'm inside the park, I can go ahead and hit some of the rides, get some of the food, and try some of the other non-Halloween events. But Universal does offer a discounted Express Pass later in the evening, so I believe around 11 o'clock they'll drop the price of it. And we'll try it then, because I've already heard that some of these house waits are way over 2 hours. And I'm not gonna wait that long. So we're here in mid-September. It's currently 88 degrees, but with the humidity, it feels like 97. So stay hydrated, people. I'm a big Minions fan, so I'm really happy to hear about this expansion in the park and check out this new ride. Oh, 55 minutes. Yeah, if it takes that long.
Universal Studios Florida has a new interactive attraction that takes you to Villain Con, right out of the Minions Rise of Gru movie. Instead of riding in a vehicle, you stand on the moving walkway. You're so engaged while you ride, you really don't notice that you're standing, and more importantly, you are in control of where and when you look around. There are interactive elements throughout the whole ride that you shoot with a blaster, so keep your eyes open and be adventurous. There are 4 Stay and Scream areas inside the park. New York, which is the largest area, has access to Stranger Things, The Exorcist, and Dueling Dragons, and plenty of food options. Springfield has access to The Last of Us and Universal Monsters Unmasked. San Francisco will get you access to Chucky. There's a 4th one around the Today Show area, but this is used just for overflow if the other ones get full. But it is close to Blood Moon Dark Offering if you end up there.
So they blocked off special areas in the park for Stay and Scream people. This is for people who are already in the park and they have tickets to stay late for the Halloween Horror Nights event.
By 5 p.m. you need to be in one of these Stay and Scream areas. If you're inside the park, you'll forfeit your early access. Around 5:45 or 6 p.m., they'll start letting the crowds out of the Stay and Scream areas to start exploring the haunted houses.
We're gonna get a line for the Stranger Things at 4:30 and see how long this takes. Again, I don't think the line's gonna be open until 6:15 or so. So the line to get into Stranger Things is super long. So I think I'm just going to try to go with the non-IP or the less popular houses first and save the really popular ones for later in the night when I have the Express Pass. So we'll see how that goes. Looks like some of the food stands are already open during the Stay and Scream. So the Stay and Scream is also a great time to grab some food while you're waiting in line. It's not too spicy, it's got a little bit of heat to it. There is jalapenos on it. Overall, not too bad. But this is the other side of the Stranger Things house. This line is massive at Stay and Scream. This is just crazy.
Dueling Dragons is based off the ride they used to have at Universal, and one of the coolest features is at the end you get to choose your fate. There's a fire and ice wizard battling for Merlin's magic book, and at the end you choose which wizard you'll follow.
Dueling Dragons was pretty fun. Huge jump scares, but I guess a good introductory, but it was quick. I chose fire, I chose right. I guess the Yeti opens at 6. And this is still the stay and stream line for Stranger Things. Still trying to get in. We also got the pepperoni pizza skull. Looks like a little bit hot pocket. Let's see how messy this gets. It's super stuffed. It's really tasty. It's got a nice marinara sauce and lots of gooey cheese in there. This is still the Stranger Things line. My goodness. Still Stranger Things. Alright, well I can't change stay in scream zones, so I'll have to wait in this line. Exorcist was a lot of fun. It definitely had a smell to it. I've heard other people describe it as kind of puke, but to me it just smelled like really old clothes that just been sitting around for too long. I kind of feel sorry for the actors who have to stay in there for so long, smelling it constantly. But a lot of good jump scares in there. Can't wait to see the movie. Now we're in line for Yeti. This is another original house. And it says it's only a 60-minute wait, so we'll find out. Oh, Yeti was really good. Probably my favorite house so far. The scares, the campiness of it, it's all just great. It's a lot of fun. Here's Megan.
Megan is a modern day movie about a killer doll, and now these killer robots are roaming the streets of HHN. A favorite horror film of mine growing up, and now a series on Sci-Fi. This is Chucky's Ultimate Kill Count, but very fitting to go from one killer doll to another.
Alright, so Chucky was kind of fun. It was pretty nostalgic. I liked it as a kid. It was fun to walk through, but it wasn't scary, so probably my least favorite house scare-wise for the evening so far.
When I heard about this peanut butter burger, I knew I had to give it a shot. Mine was very sticky. That raspberry jam was all over the place. There wasn't enough peanut butter. I only got it in the aftertaste, but the smash burger patty was done up right and very flavorful.
Some tremble in the face of power. Join the masses in search for power. I've got a marvelous event set up for you this evening. Tell me, do you know who I am? Good evening, mortals. My name is Dr. Oddfellow. It's a pleasure to see you all. I see you shaking in fear.
So Dr. Oddfellow is HHN's icon, or he's kind of the host for the whole event. He's brought his friends and his pride for our enjoyment to walk the streets here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Each year they have a different theme or a different story. It all circles around one character. There's a lot of lore. There's a lot of history to HHN, and it's really interesting to dive deep into. But just to give you a little background on what's going on this year.
Finally, my search is over. I feel the power of the glowing skull of souls surging through my veins and giving me what I so crave. Immortality!
The Jungle of Doom Scare Zone is where Dr. Oddfellow got his immortality back in 1920 and showcases some of his first experiments. With the heat and constantly being on my feet and moving around, I need to stay fueled up. I feel like once I get the 11 p.m. express pass, there won't be any time for anything else besides the last few houses. And I've always heard great things about these HHN pizza fries.
So the fries at the very bottom are a little soggy. Fries on top are still nice and crisp. You got your cheese, which is nice and gooey. pepperoni, which is nice and spicy, as well as the sausage. So it's a pretty solid dish. And then I got the Electric Death, which is kind of a gin-based drink. So it's kind of flowery. Very aromatic and fruity at the same time. Universal Monsters Unmasked. Wait time was 60 minutes. Universal Monsters was a lot of fun. I love the classic monsters. Waits are getting pretty long now, so I'm going to look at the Express Pass. Got a character switch out. This is the Dark Zodiac Scare Zone, where Dr. Oddfellow's Zodiac creatures roam the streets. Doesn't seem like there are any actors on the sidewalks. There's no lights or anything over here for them either. So, not that they can't come over here, it doesn't seem like that they are coming over here. Alright, 45-minute wait for Blood Moon Dark Offering. Not have the Express Pass. Well, let's take a look. How's it going?
Express?
Yes.
Right this way.
Thank you.
Of course.
And we're going in. So, I did get the 11 o'clock Express Pass, and I came to the checkpoint at 10:58. So I had to wait 2 minutes before they let me in. But it was pretty much just walk on. So Blood Moon was okay. Just a lot of jump scares, a lot of people just yelling out, "Rah!" But pretty decent showing. Good production value. All right, we'll see how it is with Express Pass. And we're walking in. So we just finished up the Stranger Things house, and it was amazing. It really like walking through the last episode of season 4. The production value was great. I loved walking through it. A big fan of Stranger Things, so really glad I got to experience that house. Glad I got Surfer Boy Pizza early. These refreshment stations, you can't walk up and just get water and fill whatever cup you like. Here we have the Tribute Store, the special store they opened just for the HHN. There's another Tribute Store on the other side of the park. I believe it's doing Jurassic Park right now. This one is a comic book shop that has been dedicated to HHN merchandise. And each room kind of tells its own story in a comic book kind of format. I believe this is a window that's actually can be found on the streets of New York here. I love this rain effect. And if you came before HHN began, you could pay and have a personalized comic book posted on the wall here. So in the final room is where you check out. Now we're in the 60s, and the vampires have taken over Woodstock. And here we have the shipyard. I believe Dr. Oddfellow was on the move and something happened to his cargo. Now it's loose all over the streets.
I saw the queue for Last of Us when leaving Universal Monsters Unmasked, and it looked massive. Between this and Stranger Things, these houses can eat up most of your night.
So The Last of Us again had great production value. Definitely glad I was able to see it. Now it seems like there's a line just to get out of here, back to the park, so I can get to the next house. Alright, so it's about 12:40, and it looks like some of the concession carts are already packed up. That was a long walk back from The Last of Us to get back to here, so should have saved Last of Us for last.
Now, Darkest Deal had some of the smoothest storytelling of all the houses about a musician who sold his soul to the devil.
Why are there now lines to get out of the houses?
Dr. Oddfellow's twisted origin is our HHN Icons Carnival Funhouse. Beware the knife thrower. There's some fun mechanics at work here.
The line to get out of the house is worse than the line to get into the house. So it's 1:27 and looks like all the concessions are closing up. Mel's Drive-In becomes Mel's Die-In. So there's no way I would have gotten all the haunted houses had I not had the Express Pass. So it was definitely worth it in my point of view. The Last of Us and the Stranger Things houses, the lines are always long, all day long. So even with the Stay and Scream, I think if I had done those first, I just would have missed out on other houses at the end of the night. And standing in line, the concrete, it really is what gets me. So once I had the Express Pass, I was able to keep moving. I was able to kind of continue on for the rest of the night. Now, you don't have to have the Express Pass to have fun. I still enjoyed the first part of the night, just going to see all the houses that I did, eating the food and having the drinks that I had. Definitely, if it's in your budget to get the Express Pass, it makes the whole night more enjoyable. And if it's in your budget, there's an RIP pass that will get you to the front of the lines even faster to all the houses and all the things you want to do. But maybe someday. So I even have some time left. I could do a house, maybe two. The lines are getting really short, but my legs are tired. It's a long day. I am drenched in sweat. I just want to get back to the hotel and see Gina. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. We really appreciate all the friends we made here on YouTube and continued support. We love hearing your thoughts and comments below. And until next time, friends, cheers.